Howdy, it's Friday. How is everybody doing today? I am coming in with your Tracey's take on wellness today, and we're going to keep it short and sweet and simple. Friday is always a great marker for me to look back on my week. And your prompt today is asking you, maybe sitting where you are, or maybe pausing, or if you journal later, or in your own stillness. Maybe the question that you ask yourself, maybe you write down, is where were you nourished? Where were you nourished this week? And if we were to bring back those branches of nourishment, I would love to know where you were nourished in the edible branch of nourishment, what you ate. Did it nourish you or did it deplete you? Did it nourish you or did it inflame you? Did it nourish you, or when you ate this week, maybe out of not having any options or lack of planning, and then you felt tired or lazy? So just kind of like play both sides of that. Did you eat in a way that nourished you, made you feel alive, made you feel fueled, made you feel like you were firing? Or did you eat in a way that kind of just made you feel lazy and inflamed? On the social side, nourishment branch, where were you nourished in your social connection this week? This is a great gauge, right? For those of you that are maybe playing around with a journaling practice or a stillness practice, this is a great way to reflect if you have a hard time sitting in silence or in meditation or in breath work. Journaling is a great way for you to still come to a present moment, or maybe an aha moment of like, social nourishment. I thought I was being social in ways that were nourishing me, but really my only social connection this week was on a screen, scrolling. So perhaps maybe that's where you determine where you were nourished, where you're deficient, and where do you go from here. Kinetic exercise, right? That exercise where you intentionally sought discomfort to get the heart rate up, to burn the muscles. Where did you satisfy that branch of nourishment? And were you consistent with it, or did you not do it at all, or you're not sure where to begin? Well, I can be a support for you if you're not sure where to begin, especially if you're local in Austin, Texas, Round Rock, Hutto. I'm your girl. I can help guide you on the kinetic social or kinetic nourishment branch. Experiential. Where were you nourished? Or maybe it just doesn't exist. On the experiential side, I feel like, especially the women that I'm around, right? Women in their 40s. I feel like this is always one that we just don't pay any attention to, but I also feel like it can give us the most value if we were to focus on this. Maybe just for one day, just try it out for funsies. If you were to focus on that experiential branch of trying something for the first time, doing something where you are a beginner and you can stumble and you can fail, or going back to something that you love, a hobby, an experience, a class. Maybe it's dance, singing, writing, art. Those are experiential also. Going back to doing something for the joy of it with no expectation, just to enjoy the act, the movement, the experience. You may be surprised at how influential leaning into that experiential branch can influence your mood, may even influence how you eat, influence who you hang around, right? They all kind of interact. You can't have one without the other. And even if you haven't yet put it together, they all are connected in some way. And then on that biophilic or that connection to nature branch of nourishment, where did you nourish that branch? Did you have an opportunity? It's summer. Did you have an opportunity to be outdoors? Maybe you went paddleboarding, maybe you went swimming, maybe a trip to the beach, maybe a hike. Or maybe that biophilic is where you lean into and you start to realize that you're a little more agitated and edgy and maybe a little bit more just like lethargic and demotivated. And perhaps you realize you are someone that does get outside, but for whatever reason, life's coming at you this week and you realize you haven't made it outside intentionally on purpose to enjoy the elements of the outdoors. Maybe that's where you determine you need to focus. And that's just one way of just continuing to give you an idea of how do we utilize our framework of wellness, of the pillars of fuel, movement, connection. First, focusing on which one needs your attention. Is it fuel? Is it how you're actually feeding yourself and the physicality of that? Is it movement? Is it physical movement? Is it movement through other cofactors, such as maybe movement through music, movement through art, movement through writing, movement through other variables besides just exercise? And then that third pillar of connection, right? Connection to self, connection to those close to you, connection to community, connection to faith. So determining at which pillar you want to lean into, and then from there determining how those supporting branches of nourishment are going to help you build a master plan, or I call your wellness prescription. All right, that's going to be your Tracey's Take. I'm just trying to help break it down, trying to explain some things, trying to help you see point of view and perspective. And maybe for someone out there, like, yeah, I want to lean into this. This is simple stuff, but we just have to be, it's a practice, and we have to learn how to be disciplined, and we have to learn how to use this framework in a way that is going to help move the dial in our happiness, in our energies, yes, in our physical bodies, our mental bodies, and just how we travel through life, traveling lighter, traveling brighter, being able to wake up to a life that you love to live and know that you are authentic and genuine when you say that to people. And I truly believe this framework can do just that. I am a living proof of that. All right, y'all. Have a great Friday. I'll see you all next week.